We welcome back to the show Jay Chandan. Thank you so much for being with us, Chairman, CEO, GRRR Technology. It's so nice to see you again. You know, we were talking about your expansion plans in Asia Pacific, and you're going to tell us more about that. But for the folks, Jay, who don't necessarily know exactly what GRRR Technology does and what it is, could you give them a glimpse into the company?
Absolutely. Nicole, first of all, it's wonderful to be with you once again. Thank you for having me on the show. Now, for people who don't know GRRR Technology, we are a platform as a service business. We have three pillars. We have our big data, data intelligence platform, which coupled with our video intelligence was our bread and butter until about 2-3 years ago. Think about, smart city, safe city, industry 4.0, secure buildings, predictive modeling, secure locations, demand prediction, access control, and so on. The second part of our business is our infrastructure and our Internet of Things. Under infrastructure, we cover air-gap networks. We help build data centers right from design to conception to build out, manage, and hand over. And then we do lawful interception, which is the project we're going to be talking about, and Edge AI. On Internet of Things, we're predominantly focused on public safety, security surveillance, energy management, transportation, and finally, our cybersecurity, which we call security, our convergence, as we call them, covers the entire framework, right from physical security, OT security, network, data, application, and very domain-specific security. That's GRRR in a nutshell today.
Yeah, I love that summation. I mean, just simply when you talk about these safe cities that are run by your AI technologies and you think about license plate recognition and facial recognition, you talked about energy management and things like that. But cybersecurity, national security, such a big, important topic at this time. Tell me about the expansion now. You have some big news here when it comes to Asia Pacific.
Yes, Nicole, we've just secured our second contract in 2 weeks with another major government in Asia Pacific. This is a 1-year deployment schedule contract with a multi-phased approach with this customer. The next phase will begin next year, and that's a separate contract, which we are obviously bidding for. This is with a National Investigative Bureau, one of the most advanced in the region. What we are doing is we're building and deploying an AI-first smart policing GPU as a service, a national platform that enables the digital forensics and the cyber crime investigation to come together at scale that was simply not possible in this region before. Now, this is our second major win in 2 weeks, which actually goes to show that GRRR is now the go-to partner for sovereign AI infrastructure in Asia.
And you're working closely with the government to do this, right?
That is correct. I mean, in simple terms, it's a national scale AI compute delivered as a service. Now, this is a purpose-built for law enforcement. We provide the entire GPU as an infrastructure. We provide the AI stack and the forensic tools which are needed to reconstruct the historical network traffic. What we then do is we analyze the cybercrime and generate actionable intelligence. Now, this, instead of getting point solutions, the governments get a full AI engine that scales to their needs. Now, you talked about cybersecurity. Cybercrime and digital intelligence are now what we call national security issues. So agencies are now moving from a reactive investigation to a proactive investigation. So our platform enables them to detect, analyze high-risk factors and actors, reconstruct complex data trails, and then secure sovereign control over the digital infrastructure. That capability did not exist before.
Yeah, understood. And this is your second contract. It's a newly awarded 1-year contract valued in the tens of millions of dollars. And do you expect more of these going forward?
We're always expecting, because our presence in APAC is only growing rapidly, Nicole. We have multiple national wins across smart policing, lawful interception, GPU as a service, and now data centers as well. The strategy is quite clear for us. Governments are moving away from point solutions. We're seeing them looking at long-term AI partners. This is no longer a 1 year, 2 year relationship. We're looking at about 10, 15-year relationships. So they're looking at people, companies who can provide both speed and sovereign control. And that's the space Gorilla is exactly leading in today.
It wasn't long ago that you reported earnings, and you did have better than expected first half financial results. Going forward here, we're talking a lot about Asia Pacific. What about other regions, including the United States of America, and where else are you focused?
Well, we're actively focused on large multi-year contracts, and we believe that they will help strengthen our top line, improve our visibility into future cash flows. So if you look at our focus today, apart from Asia, and which is Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, and Taipei, we're actively investing into Egypt, as you already know. We're investing very heavily into Dubai, Saudi, Qatar. We're very actively engaged in quite a number of conversations in the United States. Hopefully, we'll be able to put that to rest and get those news out over the next few months. And we're very actively present in LATAM. I don't know if you've seen recently, we're actually at the Climate Week, along with the likes of ACOM, NVIDIA, Goldman Sachs, IDB, our One Amazon team, the White House Environmental Advisory, the governments of Panama, Ecuador, Mato Grosso, and the Zapara community. This is where we're actually showing how AI, blockchain, and infrastructure can help preserve the Amazonian rainforest while creating real accountability and investing value.
I saw revenue was up 90%. Is some of that because you said that now NVIDIA is Gorilla is now an NVIDIA solutions provider? How will that help your bottom line? Quickly.
Sure. Nicole, growth stories for me are very exciting, but what really matters for me is sustained, predictable growth. And we talked about this the second time whilst I was in the studio. Our first half revenues, went over 90% to about $39.3 million. That was a 90% jump. But if you compare it to the 222% we did last year, what we are doing is we're strengthening our fundamentals. We're cutting down debt. Our debt's down from 21. We reported 18. Now it's at about 16. Our aim is to make it debt-free by the end of this year. But that said, we've also supercharged ourselves. We raised about 105 million in equity. We totally have about nearly 125 plus million in cash today. That gives us enough firepower to execute, not just in Asia and the Middle East, but also in the United States and in Latin America.
Well, congratulations to you and the team. Jay Chandan, it's great to see you again, Jay. Always love having you on the show and hearing the very latest. Chairman and CEO of Gorilla Technology. Stock for 1 year is up 468%. Year to date, just pretty much flat, down slightly. Thank you, Jay. Good to see you.